Hey yogis, welcome. It's Julia, and I am so glad that you are here. This is my Couch to Confident yoga series. I designed this series specifically for anybody who has met any sort of frustration on their yoga mat. I know that a lot of times students are looking to feel more confident in their yoga practice, and this course is specifically designed to help you address common problems like maybe stability, mobility, or flexibility issues that you might find in a yoga practice. So as you go through this course, I've progressively increased the challenge in every video and addressed a common problem area in a yoga practice in each and every video, so that as you move through, you progressively feel stronger, you will feel more flexible, you'll have overall more mobility, you might even lose a little bit of weight. So this is a fantastic course for you if you are looking to find more confidence in your yoga practice. So in this video, we are specifically going to address core strength and spinal stability. This is absolutely hands down the foundation for you to feel confident in any yoga practice and honestly any athletic activity at all. If you don't have core strength and your spine doesn't feel stable, you're gonna feel wonky on your mat. So as we go through this video, I want you to really think about all of the beautiful benefits you get from a strong core. Maybe you're just looking for a flat tummy and you definitely be working towards that, but you also will be giving your spine so much strength so that you can start to hit harder poses and you can feel confident no matter what your yoga practice has to throw at you. So we'll start today's practice in easy seat. So you just come down to a seat, bring your legs to cross in front of you. I like to take this front leg and just drop it down in front of the other so I feel really stable. Once you find your seat, just shift your hips side to side until you feel your sit bones anchor down. From that firm, steady foundation, draw your pelvic floor muscles in and up. So it'll feel just like a gentle lift, and you might even notice that your low belly will draw up just a little bit. From there, continue to lengthen your spine through the very top of your head, loop your shoulders up towards your ears, back, and then down so that your chest gets really broad. You can place your hands, palms face up in your lap. If it feels comfortable for you, you can close your eyes or just let them softly focus, and let's begin to breathe. In yoga, it is essential to have a strong connection to your breath. And if you have a regular fluid breath practice, it also helps you sustain your energy in your yoga practice. So let's start by cultivating a great yoga breath. On your next inhale, draw your breath in through your nose. As you exhale, send your breath out your mouth. You might notice that at the very bottom of your exhale, your belly button drew in just a little bit. That's great. We have different locks in our body. Pelvic floor is that first one. That second lock is your belly lock, and it gives you that core and spinal stability that you're looking for in your yoga practice. So let's try it again. Inhale through your nose. Open mouth exhale. The bottom of the exhale, feel your belly draw in. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Great. So now on the next breath, you're going to keep your lips sealed the entire time. In through your nose. And then exhale through your nose. Good. One more time like that. In through your nose. And out through your nose. So your breath might sound a little bit like an ocean wave in your ears. Some people call it Darth Vader breath. Either way, there's a little bit of constriction in your throat so that your breath is like a steady stream, and you start to notice that contraction that happens in your belly to keep your spine supported. So in addition to the breath, let's add some arms and start to warm up the body. On your inhale, sweep your arms up. On your exhale, draw your thumbs to your heart. 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Last time, inhale up. Exhale, hands to your heart. This time we'll add a twist. Inhale, reach it up. On your exhale twist, take your hand over to your knee. Lengthen your spine, so sit bones root down, crown lifts, and then rotate. Good, a couple breaths here. Good, back to the center. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, twist. Lengthen on your inhale. And then twist a little bigger on your exhale. So as we start getting into core work, right now we're warming up our spine to prepare for our work ahead. And it's important to move your spine in lots of directions. Good. Inhale, come up through the center. And on your exhale, draw your hands to your heart. And let's tip into tabletop. So tabletop, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, your hips over your knees. And to start, just press the tops of your feet down into your yoga mat. Press your hands down into your yoga mat and then draw your belly in. From there, broaden your collarbones. So it should feel like you just corseted your waist. And you can feel the sides of your waist are drawn in, but you stay long from your hips to your armpits. Good. So this is a nice neutral spine, and we'll return to this position often. On your next inhale, come to cow pose. Tip your tail up, drop your belly, and then move your heart forward and through. On your exhale, cat pose. So just like it sounds, find an angry cat back. Press into your hands, draw your belly button in. Knit your front ribs towards one another. Good, a little breath with movement. Inhale for cow, drop your belly, lift your heart. Exhale for cat, round your spine, push into the ground. Inhale, cow pose, come back through, lift your chest. Exhale, cat, round your spine, push into your hands. One more time, inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Draw your belly in this cat. Good, and then come back to neutral. From neutral, tuck your toes, press back to downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, you're going to lift your hips up and back. Press firm through wide palms and all of your finger pads. Engage your leg muscles so you can send your thigh bones back. And let your heels disappear behind your toes. Good. Even here, pay attention to your midsection. So that little experience of knitting your front ribs in can apply here as well. So your spine has lots of support right here in downward facing dog. Good. Take one more breath in. And on your exhale, come back down to your knees. Return to that neutral tabletop. And we'll begin to work the front side of our body, but from a tabletop position. So it's a little bit different than maybe a lot of core work you've done in the past, like crunches. We're actually going to start to address our core from a belly down position. On your next inhale, send your right arm forward and your left leg back. And the first thing you'll notice is that your balance is challenged here. Your deep core muscles turn on right away anytime your balance is challenged. So feel that little shake and quake as your body is starting to negotiate this balance. As we're coming into any new practice, especially like turning up the volume on our yoga practice, some of it is strengthening our muscles, but a lot of what we're learning is actually making that brain-body connection. So we're strengthening the neural pathways from our brain to our muscles every time we repeat a practice. And that's why it's important to come back to your mat often. Take a full breath in. Now let's add some movement. On your exhale, draw your elbow to your knee and hug your belly in. Good. Inhale, send it back out. Exhale, elbow to knee, draw it in. Inhale, send it out. Exhale, hug it in. Really knit your belly button to your spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl. Let's go 4 more. Breathe big as you reach out. Hug in as you exhale. Reach it out long. Draw it in tight. 2 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Last one, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach it out. Now this time, bend your back knee, circle your hand back and give it a stretch. Good, let your body stretch out. Front line, your abs will stretch a little bit, your shoulders and your pec will stretch. Good. Inhale, reach it out. And exhale, hand and knee down. If you need a little bit of movement in your upper body, in your waist or in your hips to let that work itself out of your body, go for it. And then we'll come back to that neutral tabletop. Let's move on to the other side. We'll start with the balance challenge. On your inhale, send your left arm forward and your right leg back. Right away, you'll notice the little shakes and quakes in your body. That's good news. That's your muscles figuring it out. And if any of these poses are new to your body, the more often you practice them, the stronger the brain-body connection becomes. So you might even notice one day, oh my goodness, that's actually a lot easier than it was last week. Some of that's your muscles are getting stronger, and some of that is just your brain's getting more familiar with the movement. All right, let's add that breath to movement. Inhale, reach, and exhale, hug it, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach it out. Exhale, hug, elbow to knee, really pull it in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Breathe in, reach, get long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Try to make a connection. Reach it out, breathe. Exhale, elbow to knee. Just a few more. Get long as you inhale. Breathe all the way out. That helps with the belly contraction. 2 more. Reach and lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Last time. And elbow to knee. Good. So let's find that stretch. Inhale, reach it out. On your exhale, bend your back knee. Circle your hand back to touch. If you can make a grab your foot. Loop the shoulder head back and then kick. Let this stretch out your abs, your pecs, your shoulders. Good. On your next inhale, reach it out. And hand and knee down. Shift back to child's pose. Take some of that pressure off your wrists. Slow down your breath here. Good. Walk your hands over to the right. Stretch into your left side. Good. Walk your hands over to the left. Stretch into your right side. And come back through the middle. Return to tabletop. And we'll counterbalance all that elbow to knee with a thread the needle. Ground your left hand under your shoulder. On your inhale, reach your right arm up. And then sweep it all the way under and through. Bring your shoulder, your cheek, and your ear down to the mat. You can take your opposite arm long. And you're working with gravity here. So gravity is going to help decompress your spine as you rotate. Continue with that yogi breathing. In and out through your nose. If at any time during this practice or any practice you need to reset your breath or relieve heat from your body really quickly, it can be helpful to just offer yourself an open mouth exhale. And you'll feel better right away. Then you can resume your yoga breathing. Good. Left hand underneath your shoulder. On your inhale, reach your right arm back, up, and replace it back down. We'll switch to the other side. On your inhale, lift your left arm up. Exhale, thread the needle, come all the way through. Shoulder, cheek, and ear down. Opposite arm extends. Find that yoga breath. You might even notice that your breath rate is slowing a little bit. That's okay. We're going to pick it up again in just a moment. And that's part of yoga. Challenging our heart rate up and then using our breath to slow it back down. Good. Then place your hand under your shoulder. On your inhale, unwind, reach up. And exhale, drop your hand, tuck your toes, and push back to downward facing dog. In yoga, down dog, tabletop, and child's pose are all great places to return to anytime you need to just gather yourself. So it's really common, you might go through a yoga practice and not every pose is going to be great for you, or you might need a moment to yourself to rest. Down dog, tabletop, and child's pose are fantastic options for that. So from down dog, as we move on, soften your knees and then push yourself forward to a plank pose. We're going to come to high plank. It's like you're in the top of a push-up. So strengthen your legs behind you and then move your chest forward. Broaden your collarbones, and if you notice that your head's starting to dip, lift your ears up in line with your upper back. We're going to challenge our core by holding this plank. So continue your breath. And remember that pelvic floor and belly engagement that we started the very beginning of class with. That will help you feel strong, not only in your core, but also in your legs. And it'll take some of the pressure off your shoulders and your wrists here. So make sure your legs and your belly are turned on as you hold plank. 2 more breaths. You're doing great. 1 more. Good. On your next inhale, rock forward. Slowly lower all the way down. Your knees can touch down first. That's totally fine. Then untuck your toes. Loop your shoulder heads back. We'll come to a baby cobra just to counterbalance. On your inhale, lift your chest, hug your shoulder blades together, and draw your elbows in. Let your gaze come straight forward. Take 1 more breath in here. And on your exhale, lay your forehead down. Press up to tabletop, inhale, and shift back to child's pose. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale up to that neutral table. We're going to take a variation of plank pose called side plank. It's going to start to address our obliques and some of the spine stability that we need when we're doing lateral motion or side bending. All right, so spin your back toes behind you. Ground into your right hand. Step your opposite leg out. So this is one way to take side plank with your knee down. Reach your top arm over your ear and then hover your foot. So if you're new to side plank, this can be a really great way for you to find the motion in your hip, find the motion in your belly, but have a lot of support for your base. If you want to take it up a notch, then you'll come to a plank position, stagger your feet, reach your top arm up. If you want even more challenge, make your ankles really strong and stack them. Zip your low belly in, push the ground away, and then for a balance challenge, look up at your top hand. You're doing great. Keep breathing, yogi. One more inhale. Exhale, hand down, hinge forward, lower all the way down to your belly. We'll take that Cobra Pose again, press into your feet, lift your chest up, gaze forward as you inhale, baby cobra, maybe the hands are a little bit light, and exhale, forehead down. Inhale up to tabletop, exhale back to child's pose. Full breath in, full breath out. Come up to neutral, and I'm gonna spin around so you can see me. We'll take our side plank on the other side. Spin your foot behind you, step the opposite leg out, you can take your arm over your ear. So again, this knee down side plank gives you just a lot of support so you can float the leg and start to find that side body, side waist stability, and it also, bonus, strengthens your hip. If you want to take this up a notch, come into the pose from plank, stagger your feet, reach your arm up. If you want even more challenge, stack your feet. Make your ankles really strong. Lift your bottom hip and lift your arm. When you gaze up, it challenges your balance. And even my body's shaking and quaking here. This is a big pose. Keep breathing. Good, one more. And exhale. Lower your hand down, lower your body down. Little Cobra Pose. Exhale, chest down. Rise to table and shift back to Child's Pose. Full breath in. Open mouth, exhale, clear some heat. Good. Let's go ahead and come up to a seat. So find yourself on the mat with your heels out in front of you. We'll move into boat pose. Draw your hands to your thighs, lean back slightly, and then hug your belly in. You might even notice that as you squeeze your inner thighs together, your feet get light. If your feet don't feel light, it's okay. This pose is really challenging for me still. It's a pose I sometimes call my Nemesis Pose because I feel my body shake and quake so much in it, but I know that it's good for me, especially when I feel that muscular challenge. So if you're feeling it too, know that I'm right there with you. All right, lift your chest a little higher than your knees. It'll feel like you broadened your collarbones or like you're trying to have like a really proud stance in your chest. If your hands get light, awesome. Then you can start to add a little bit of challenge by offering some arm variation. Maybe your arms go straight out forward, fingertips towards your toes. You can take your arms all the way up. That's really gonna up the challenge. Or take your hands to your heart. This is where I like to be. It gives me something central so I can focus on hugging in. Draw everything into the midline and know that at any point, if this gets too challenging, you can always just tap your heels down so you can reset your spine. Good, we're gonna be here for just a couple more breaths. Let your body move towards a point of fatigue. That's good. When we find our edge, we find challenge, we know that it's gonna change us. Good. Two more, in and out. And release. Whew. All right. Let your knees just sort of shift side to side. That's going to relax your hip flexors just a bit. So in addition to working that deep core muscle, we are also working our hip flexors, which are a part of our core. It helps us bring our leg up towards our chest, but sometimes they can get a little uncomfortable in boat pose, and these little windshield wipers are a great way to reset any muscles that started to get kind of just uncomfortable or painful in the hold. All right, roll your shoulders back. We're gonna go into set 2. Lift your chest, flare through your toes. Even your toes can be active here. So as you move into boat pose, hug your inner thighs, draw your hands to your heart. Lift your chest up, and on your exhale, twist over your shoulder and bring your elbow towards your knee. If this is too intense, drop your heels down. But do your best to challenge your body, and if you can keep your feet up, do so. Inhale through the center. On your exhale, twist to the other side. Maintain long spine every time you move through the middle. Inhale at the center and exhale as you twist. Let's go 2 more times on each side. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. It's okay to be shaking. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. 1 more time each side. Breathe in, twist as you exhale. Last time, and twist. Great work. Inhale through the center, and exhale, release. Good. Windshield wiper your knees side to side. Feel that relief in your hip flexors. And let's roll all the way down to our back. So come on down. Keep your feet stamped on the floor, about hips width distance, and reach your fingertips down to touch the backs of your heels or as close as you can get. Create a little shelf underneath your heart with your shoulders so it'll feel like your upper back just got really broad. We'll move into bridge pose. On your inhale, press your feet down and lift your hips up. So bridge pose is a hip lift. And you want to use both feet evenly, and if you start to notice that your knees are getting really wide and your butt's starting to sag, hug your inner thighs in just a bit. This pose is fantastic to counterbalance all of that frontline work that we found in boat pose, that we found in our elbow to knee, and it just should feel really good on those hip flexors. Take one more breath in, and on your exhale, release your hips down. We're gonna take one more set of bridge pose. Full breath in, all the way out. Feel your belly draw in just a little bit, and on your inhale, bridge pose. Root into your feet, lift your hips. So the little bonus of bridge here is that when we think about core, so often we just think these six-pack abs, right? That's what we all want. But really, when we think about spinal stability and deep core strength, we want to make sure that we're working all sides of our core. So that includes, sure, the abs, but also our obliques. We want to work our spinal muscles. We want to have strong hip muscles. It all works together. So this pose here is strengthening all those muscles in the back line of your body that help you stand up tall. Take one more breath in. Great work. Exhale, release. Knock your knees together. And then that little windshield wiper side to side. So this side to side motion also gives you some rotation, just a little gentle rotation in your spine, which is really great after you do things like back bends and bridges. Once your low back feels really happy, draw your knees into your chest, give yourself a little squeeze, and then bring your forehead up to meet your knees. Good. On your exhale, stamp your feet down. You can let your knees fall open to the sides. Just stretch your inner thighs for a moment, and slow down your breath. If for any reason coming to these butterfly legs is a little uncomfortable for your low back, you can send your heels a bit farther away from you, a little closer to you to find a sweet spot, or just gently slip your hands underneath your hips and sacrum area so that you have just a little bit of support. You could also slide a thin pillow underneath there if you have one handy. Good. Then use your hands, close your knees. Draw your legs into your chest, and then final Savasana. Extend your legs out. Take your arms out away from your sides. Your eyes can close. If you're like me, you gotta shift your ponytail so that your head can relax. Do what you need to. And now, just focus on letting your core muscles release. Let your belly soften. Let go of the pelvic floor tension. Let go of any glute tension underneath you so your legs can feel a little floppier. Thigh muscles relax. Back of your hands are soft to the floor. One thing that's really important when we're thinking about core strength, and if you do have weight loss goals, is to make sure that you get this time for rest and relaxation. The more that we can reduce the stress in the body, the less we have those chemicals, cortisol and adrenaline moving through us. As we start to reduce unnecessary stress, our body actually starts to release fat that we don't need, weight that we don't need, stress that we don't need. So use this time. Savasana is also a really great time for your brain and body to process the work that you just did. So you are cataloging those memories. Your body can quickly access them next time you're going to your yoga mat practice. And over the next 2 weeks of this course, you're going to find that certain motions become almost second nature for your body. We actually learn and develop really fast. Just take a few more breaths here. Just start to wake up your body with small movement in the hands and your feet. You can stretch your arms and roll over to your side. Use your arm like a pillow. Your knees can come in towards your chest in fetal pose. In the yoga world, we like to use fetal pose as that representative rebirth. So our practice has ended, and this transition into the rest of your day is super duper important. So be mindful as you press yourself up into a seat. Thank you so much for joining me in this very first video of our Couch to Confident Yoga series. I know you did a great job, and I hope you feel really proud of yourself and stand up a little bit taller today. If you want to watch the entire series, just look below. There are links where you can find this entire coursework on Amazon. If you're an Amazon Prime member, you get it for free. You can also go to wellnessplus.tv. On this next video, and I hope you tune in, we will be covering those very important sun salutes that are essential to any flow practice, so I hope to see you there. Until then, namaste.
We at Wellness Plus specialize in all things health and wellness, ranging from yoga and fitness to massage and ASMR. Whether you are looking to target specific areas of tension or want to enhance your general self-care routine, we provide the tools you need to feel better, look better, and live better. We have courses for every level, whether you're just starting out or you're a seasoned pro. Our courses provide a wide range in difficulty to accommodate your evolving flow. Wellness Plus is available on Amazon, which you can stream from your home on your phone, tablet, or TV. Join Wellness Plus today and get your first 7 days free.